Yo, what's going on? Cakes here, and for this video I'm going to be talking about how I got into sneakers, and then how I got into like the whole shoetuber part of sneakers. So I really got into sneakers about 2 years ago now. I was going to Toronto for a football game actually, because I played the next day, but we went down early so that we didn't have to get up as early that morning. So we went down the night before, and there's some outlet shops on the way. And so we stopped at the outlet shops, and there's a Nike store there, and I saw a pair of LeBron Soldier 7s, I think, in the King's Heat colorway, I'm pretty sure it's called, and I really liked them. They were a men's 7.5, something like that, and so that was like kind of big for me, because I think I was only like a 6.5, maybe a 7. I wasn't quite in men's shoes yet, and so I remember seeing them in the men's section, and I just fell in love with that shoe. I ended up getting it because it fit really good, and then from then, I think that's like really when I got into shoes, because before I'd rock like Osiris's, stuff like that, and then for lacrosse, I'd always have to have like running shoes, and so I had like the Kobe Crazy 8s. They were Kobe's shoe with Adidas back when he was with Adidas. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And then I had like the Reebok shoes with like the swervy sole. I forget what they're called. That was a really long time ago. I had like a few pair of those. And then I had like some Under Armour shoes, but that was really what got me into the sneakers. So like I just sold those shoes pretty recently too, like probably around December, and it is kind of sad seeing them go, because like that's really what got me to where I am today, and what has given me the opportunity to start making these YouTube videos and like go to SneakerCon, stuff like that, and have the collection that I do now. And that shoe is actually like a really nice shoe. I'd buy it again. It was really nice. I really like the colorway. It used to be in like the floral designs, so I thought that was really cool, like on the shoe. And then from then I started picking up some LeBrons. I actually bought a pair of LeBron Soul. No, I think the Xbox edition LeBron 12s I picked up after the Soldier 7s, and then I went with like the Soldier 10s or something like that. They were in one of my videos before, like the what shoes are for sale. They were the blue and green ones. And then from there I went and got my first pair of Jordans, which is actually the Jordan Westbrook. I still have the Jordan Westbrook. I've been trying to sell it. It's way too small for me. It's actually like really clean. Like if I clean that up, I could get it to look pretty dead stock, I'm thinking. But these are actually, I'm selling them for really cheap, and I'll give them to you for a good deal, because it's not like I can wear them anymore, and if I don't end up selling them, I'm just going to give them away. So, and then from the Jordan Westbrooks, I'm pretty sure I got a pair of Jordan Horizons, I'm pretty sure they're called. I'm pretty sure my next shoe after the Westbrooks were these, because I needed like kind of a dressy running shoe to go to Mexico, because like you can't wear like running shoes and stuff in the restaurants, I guess, and I needed something to look nice, so I got these. That was around like December of the year that I got those Westbrooks, and I got those Westbrooks for my birthday. So these are size 8. So then from the Horizons, I went to Ottawa actually on March break of that year, and I got a pair of Kyrie 2s in the green and black colorway, and I bought those from like a Foot Locker, and they were like a size 9. It was probably only like a size 8, but I made them fit because I really liked that shoe. And then from then I went, or my mom was actually in Montreal and found the Chuck Posits, and I really liked these shoes. I don't know why, because like I can't see myself wearing these anymore, but like they're actually a really cool shoe. See, and these are pretty clean. You know, if I clean them up a bit more, they'll be like a 9 out of 10 condition, and I'm willing to sell those for fairly cheap too. And then from then, I kind of didn't get anything for a while. That was probably in about March, and I didn't really have anything back then. And then I went to Texas in July for like a summer trip, and SneakerCon ended up falling on that same week, so we decided to go there, and I ended up getting the Cherry 11 lows. And so like this was my first pair of like really nice shoes that I got, and that was in July. And then I kept really good care of those shoes. And so then we ended up going to Vegas in September. We ended up going to Vegas, and there's Urban Necessities there, and I really wanted to check that out. And that was actually the weekend of the Beluga drop. And so we went to Urban Necessities. We were probably there for about like 2 hours just looking at the shoes, because like I was into shoes, but like I wasn't like super as into them as I am now. Like I liked them, I knew some shoes, but I didn't know them anywhere near as good as I did now. And so I was looking around, and like I had my eye on the Belugas the whole time. And so then I ended up buying the Belugas then, and that was in September. And so that was like a really big pickup for me, because I really liked those, and that was like a Yeezy, so I really upped my game with those. And then after the Belugas, I ended up getting the Space Jams for Christmas, which I stood in line for, and I got those for Christmas. And then it went to like the royalties, and then the Special Force ones, and then like the low Brave Blue 13s, and then the low Brave Blues weren't yet. So after the Special Forces, we ended up going to SneakerCon Cleveland. We drove like 4 hours to go to it, and so we went there. I brought my Belugas with the intent on selling them, and so we get there, and I'm standing in line, and a guy comes up to me and offers me $500 on the Belugas. And keep in mind, they were like super beat. Like I probably shouldn't have even gotten $500. And if you guys want to check out the guy who offered me that, it's Backboard Kicks on Instagram. He sells sneakers, and so he offered me $500. I kept that in mind, because like I was hoping for a little bit more, but like thinking about it, I shouldn't have even gotten $500, which is crazy. But so I walk around, and then I end up finding him later, and I just sold them to him for $500. And then I ended up going and getting a pair of Bread V2s for around the same price. So I went from like a dead stock pair, or I went from a beat pair to a dead stock pair for a few dollars, and that was actually really good. And the morning of SneakerCon, like before we went to SneakerCon, we entered in a raffle at exhibition in Cleveland for the Kith and Naked CS2s. And so we had to leave SneakerCon and go to the raffle to see if we won. And we ended up winning 3 pairs. My mom got the pink and beige pair, and then I got the beige pair. And so those were like my SneakerCon weekend pickup. And then I ended up needing a pair of shoes for grad, so I got the Brave Blue 13 lows, and then I ended up seeing the Pantone 7s, and so I decided to get those instead. So I already had the 13s, and then I got the 7s, and so like those were 2 big pickups pretty close to each other. And then just recently you guys saw that I got the tennis shoes, and so that's pretty much like how my sneaker how I got into sneakers and how it's gone for me so far. And I'm definitely looking to keep continuing my sneaker growth, and same as like streetwear stuff like Supreme and Bape. And then for me, like, getting into shoe tubing, I've always been a big fan of YouTube, and like, I've made YouTube videos on several channels before, but that used to be like Minecraft and stuff. And so I've always had the idea of like making another YouTube channel and really just like going for it. And so I saw like Kai S, Tony D2W, Blake Linder, Blazendary, who I'm actually like a really big fan of, and that's like a big inspiration for me. And same as Just Win, and then like 2J's Kicks. Those were some big inspirations for me to like get into the shoe tubing community. And so I went for it one day with my sneaker collection because I thought it was actually like really good for my age, and like I thought I was doing really good. And so I made the video, and then I've just continued from there and just keep growing. And so now I'm up to 139 subscribers at the moment, and like it's really cool because I used to only have like 10 subscribers, and so we've been growing really quick, and we're just gonna keep it up.
Sun don't shine in the shade.